The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. First play and a first throw for Rodgers. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
On first down, Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin, 49 yards. And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Tua now on first down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hand off now to Robinson.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to the tight end, Werner.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but they may back him up 10 here and have him do it again. So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Rodgers to throw once more.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Rodgers now on first down.
That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And again, it's Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
On first down, Tagvailoa.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
On the give, here's Robinson.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Robinson.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagvailoa. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
On the give, it's Warren.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
2nd down and 8.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
A handoff for Warren. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Here's Warren.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Green 18! Don't get nervous! 40's Mike! 40's Mike! Hold!
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Check, he's coming, he's coming.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Now a run with Warren. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
Second and 11. They'll run it. Warren. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So this one in the win column.